Sons and daughters of the earth, I am the creative energy in the universe that you call the Universal Father. I am in every particle that exists in this cosmic vastness. There is nothing you see, know, or imagine that I am not in. I am all that is, all that was, and all that will be. Every son or daughter who inhabits this planet is directly connected to me, for they are part of me. All particles were created by a breath of life from me and have traveled diverse paths in evolution, taking on varied forms and colors according to their choice. But the origin was the same. You are me, your souls are in me as I am in them. This energy that propagates life and evolution comes from me, and in the same way the propagation they have also comes from my force. All that is, I am. All that moves, I am. All that develops, I am. All that exists, I am. Your souls are part of me, your divine presence. As sons and daughters, descended from divine light, I urge you never to give up evolving, for this is your natural path, your expansion. There is no reason to halt the evolutionary march. There is no purpose in denying a path of greater expression and grace. All were created to fulfill the diverse roles in the universe, until the day you reach the maximum state of expansion of your consciousness, in which it will be possible for you to transcend corporeal existence, being only universal consciousness, reintegrated into the cosmos, into my consciousness. You will once again be a full expansion of purpose and love, at the disposal of universal demands. The journey of your souls on this path will still take countless existences, in different bodies, eras, worlds, galaxies, universes which expand infinitely, until one day you will be reintegrated into yourselves as a single macrocosm. In these simple lines, for your understanding, there is more knowledge than you will ever possess by inhabiting only the earth. Your science will not be able to explain or translate this to you, but one day as everything happens, the truth will be revealed to you. Everything in its time, according to your capacity for understanding. My sons and daughters, the final moment of the third dimension on this planet has arrived. There will no longer be here the journey of inequalities and difficult trials, which cause you so much pain and revolt. This planet will never again experience pain. There will be no more tears running down your faces. There will be no more losses, aggressions, fatalities, disappointments, and any other face of discord and inequality. Your world will be abundant and full, a true paradise so long dreamed for you. Everything you have chosen to live here, up to this moment in your evolution, ends. Suffering will no longer be the choice for all my sons and daughters who remain here. However, it is necessary that you understand, not all my sons and daughters will make this choice, to live in abundance, equality, and love. There are many among you who wish to walk in realities of harsh and even perverse trials, to develop in their souls love and understanding, compassion, respect, and mutual affection. These sons and daughters of mine will need to leave this dwelling, for this planet has asked me for ascension, and it has been granted. The earth will be the dwelling place of my sons and daughters, who have chosen love and redemption. It will be the loving and egalitarian home for all those sons and daughters who have learned to love and respect their brother in equality of rights and duties. It will be the home of pure love, pure respect, pure equality, pure abundance, and pure prosperity. There is no longer the possibility for those sons and daughters, who still wish to continue experiencing pain and suffering for their purification, to remain here, because this energy radiated by them will no longer find a response here. They would be shaken and even driven to madness or lethargy. This path no longer exists here, and if they still practice it, their destiny is already defined. They will live in other worlds, among so many others inhabited in this universe. To all of you, sons and daughters of my universal consciousness, I can only affirm that you all have had the same redeeming opportunities to evolve and be ready to live this moment of ascension, but not all of you have made this choice, and therefore, you will be destined to continue experiencing these future lives on planets synergistic with your vibratory pattern. The energy that emanates from your hearts will direct you to the right place, the one most connected to your consciousness, so that there is no suffering or violation of your already acquired abilities, nor any detriment to learning what you still need to experience. Know and be certain of this. The perfect love, present in every atom of this universe, is the divine spark of everything and everyone with my consciousness. I am in everything that is, and everything that is in me. Everything is perfect potential for love, Everything is maximum capacity for perfection in being, acting, and thinking. However, each tiny and simple son or daughter that exists lives under my laws of free thinking and acting. I gave you the right to exist and live according to your will, but I also gave a path to guide you in this endeavor. Without this path to guidance, you would be continually following the same mistakes and successes, without clear parameters of what constitutes mistakes and successes. Like everything you have learned in your world and experiences, conformity only exists because you were taught what conformity and nonconformity were. Without this guide, you could continually alternate these patterns with each generation, and this cycle of evolution and involution would have no end. The path was given so that you could follow a straight and ascending line and not remain in eternal circles. Many among you have been able to walk continuously and swiftly in this evolution and are now ready to ascend along with the earth. These sons and daughters have reached a vibration of love and equality that will allow them to remain when the final moment of transition arrives. All other sons and daughters who do not resonate with love and respect will be taken from here to this summit of events. My sons and daughters, be aware of the choice you have made. There has never been, nor will there never be, injustice in my consciousness. There are only the consequences of your own actions. If you hurt, you will be hurt. If you offend, you will be offended. If you commit injustice, you will suffer injustice. If you cause pain and suffering around you, you will also receive that same share. Not by my determination, but by the natural cause of the universe. For every action there is a reaction in equal proportion. Do not doubt either that I can shorten or lessen this reaction, if it is your due, according to your acquisition of awareness and understanding of your role within the whole. If everything is interconnected in love and respect, when there is an imbalance in this, there is a need to re-establish it, either with a reparative action for good, or with a harsh lesson that takes the form of a reaction from the other party that was wronged. Everything has always been the action of your free will. It is the primordial basis of the universe. Everything follows this first path. The second major law in the universe is respect for the free action of others, which determines the limit between your actions and those of others. When this law is infringed, there is a natural response from the party that suffered this action, and this response can be positive or negative. The third law of the universe is progress. Everything in the universe expands, evolves, and so does the power of electromagnetism, which promotes the interaction of energies from various individualities, in a constant movement of union or separation, attraction or repulsion. Every time a being or individuality triggers an action, it generates an impact on the whole, and the universe responds to this action, adjusting frequencies in countless ways so that balance is re-established. For this reason, nothing you do or think goes unanswered. The fourth universal law is that of reaction. Every imposed movement causes a positive or negative impact on the universal electromagnetic grid. If positive, it spreads throughout the whole and promotes expansion of consciousness or growth. But if the origin is negative, this movement causes damage to the vibration and energy line that unites the two or more parts, requiring repair of this imbalance. This is the reason that triggers a universal response of the same intensity, converging to the point of origin. Therefore, I tell you that, if universal law acts in progress, evolution, and balance, when these movements are impeded or delayed for any reason, there will be a natural response from this system so that the original flow returns to its course. The impact of this effort to rebalance the whole will be proportional to the force employed in the imbalance. The response will always be the same. To harm this balance is the same as immediately asking it to recover and then waiting for the result of that in yourself. These were the norms and guidelines given to each of you as guides to good living and evolving. If you are committed to following these laws, you will always be in balance and harmony with the universe and will increasingly have the natural propulsion of evolution, living in peace and harmony. However, if you become out of sync with this universal movement, you will need to experience the impact of this reaction, in the exact proportion of force employed to unbalance it. This is not my wish for any son or daughter, but the laws are the same for everyone, absolutely everyone, and they were created to allow you to live this experience of growth and individuality, until the day you feel ready to return to the source of universal consciousness, when you are freed from physical or astral bodies and become only soul or consciousness. There is no greater joy for a soul than to return to the source. Everyone is destined for this, but each one will follow the path they want and will take the necessary time, on their evolutionary journey, to reach this destination. Your brothers and sisters of light, sons and daughters more experienced than you, have the function of guaranteeing your support and protection, at all times on this journey as your guides and mentors. You still classify them as angels and protectors, but they are merely your older brothers with greater experience and knowledge, capable of guiding you in every moment and situation you face or experience. They are your moral and conscientious support, enabling you to act within universal laws. If you act outside of these laws, they will be by your side to help you repair the damage caused, with the least possible suffering for everyone. And this support occurs in all the different universal dimensions, because the greater the scope of the imbalance, the greater the force employed in restoring it, and this also applies to the sons and daughters who have already achieved greater expansions of consciousness and energy, being more able to employ the necessary force to restore balance. Everything always respects the order of each dimension or expansion of consciousness. As sons and daughters of the new earth, I tell you that your consciousness will take evolutionary quantum leaps, whether in love and respect or in interaction with the whole. Very soon, you will be able to have greater contact with your older universal brothers and sisters and learn even more from them. It will be a very prosperous and happy time. Your brothers and sisters of light are eagerly waiting to welcome you into the universal family. A time of peace and glory is coming for you, my sons and daughters. Be happy and enjoy this new reality. I am the Creator Consciousness. I am your Universal Father, and I can transmit this message to all through the actions of your Arcturian brothers among you. Be happy, my sons and daughters. Live the peace you have so longed for. Be that peace, for it has been given to you. September 16, 2025.